Hey folks, Nathan here. This is my YouTube channel. Usually lots of Star Wars content on this channel, but as you may have noticed if you've gone through any of the videos, I do also do these quick little, usually quick, little PlayStation VR Let's Plays to give you a sense of how certain games play, just in case you're still on the fence about whether or not to pick up a PlayStation VR, whether or not to pick up a PlayStation 4 Pro, or upgrade to a PlayStation 4 Pro because it does give better output to the PlayStation VR games, at least to some degree. Or whether you've got a PlayStation VR and you're just not sure about dropping cash on a particular game. If I've got it, I'm going to try to show it to you, at least for a little bit, usually in whatever the single-player mode is, just to give you a quick sense without having to do a lot of prep beforehand of getting people together. In this case, what we're looking at is not Star Wars, but Star Trek. Star Trek Bridge Crew, just out today, May 30th, 2017. We're going to take a quick look here. This is our entry screen. I have not tried this yet, by the way. I am sitting, because I'm told that's the best way to play this. And it does allow both PlayStation Move and DualShock 4 controllers. I believe that the PlayStation Store listing on the website does not say PlayStation Move is an available option, but it is. I would also point out, if you're looking for this, it is $50 on the PlayStation Network store. If you have if you have Amazon Prime, you could of course get a discount on it. Get it for about $40 with release day shipping on Amazon, or supposedly you could, because apparently they drastically underestimated the number of pre-orders they'd have, and many of us, like me, who had pre-orders, are being told, "Oops! It's not going to arrive on time. We have no idea when we're going to have any copies to send you." So I finally said screw it and just bought it digitally and ate the extra $10. Alright, so hold the start button to center the camera. That, of course, is on the Move. There we go. It'll do its connecting, because when you're playing with other players, this is not a local thing. This, of course, is an online thing. Okay. Ooh. Do you want to do anything with the online club? Let's go ahead and just, for now, let's continue. And that's interesting, because it's not really giving me an option to do anything with my controller. Let's see if I reach down and grab the DualShock here. Alright, I can click that. Interesting. Having to lean down to put that down and pick it up. Please read the safety warnings, just in case. Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed: The Final Frontier. I'm actually in the middle of a massive Star Trek rewatch. I watched all of Enterprise, then the original series. Nice. Then the animated series, God help me. The original cast films, and now I'm working my way through Next Generation. I was a Trek fan really up until about the middle of Deep Space Nine, or a little bit past the middle, and maybe around the early third or middle of Voyager. So I'm kind of getting back into it. Alright, now that is giving me, there we go, whoa, and of course, like almost every other PSVR game, for some reason, when I have them in my hands prior to starting the game, it almost always reverses them in the actual game. So now I get to switch hands. Ooh, nice. In X, so experimental. As my poor hands are like, because they're hanging as I connect them to my wrists. There we go. That's better. So system menu is going to be the start button, right hand and left hand grab and select are just going to be the trigger. Kind of a fast movement there. That is so cool, being able to fly. Let's see what this looks like, actually. So I'm in like a little shuttle pod, kind of like the original motion picture, doing the glory shots going around the ship. NC-17 or NX-1787. Very nice, very nice. Welcome to Star Trek Bridge Crew on the news feed. Oh, long arm. Oh, but I'm a woman. I'm apparently a woman. I could do the John Crichton thing, but I'm not going to. But I'm apparently a woman. Welcome to Star Trek Bridge Crew. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with the controls. Okay. Game mode, we have quick match, private match, solo adventure, and training. That's good. Excuse me. Undergo Starfleet Academy training to prepare yourself. Rank of ensign, select region. Region? North America, correct? Kind of weird that he's tapping, like he's tapping with those non-pointer fingers. get a sense of how big this ship is, which is interesting because it seems like it's actually smaller than I imagined. Because if you look actually at the Star Trek Encyclopedia that recently came out, the big 2-volume set as opposed to Star Wars' 3-volume set from a few years earlier, basically the new Enterprise of the reboot films is as big or bigger than the Galaxy class from Next Generation. It's much bigger than its counterpart in the Prime timeline. But that's me nerding out. Okay, so Avatar, let's see, what am I doing with Avatar? I can change who I am. And apparently, I'm a Vulcan. Or am I? Vulcans. Masculine, Vulcan. Sure, why not? He looks like he should be in the mirror universe already. Oh, cool. Human or Vulcan. Oh, these actually aren't too bad. Customization. Well, I guess randomize isn't going to do me any good. So, masculine tap, human tap, head types. So, customization, not too bad. Not too great, but not too bad. Oh, do I really care that much right now? No, I really don't. Even the automated character is rolling its eyes at how long I'm taking. Feature A. What would you like for Feature A? Puffiness of mouth. Feature B. Feature C. Good lord. Okay, this is just a little bit on the excessive side. To me, at least. Hair color intensity, eye color. For real. I'll worry about this later and give myself a better avatar. I don't care, really. I just was curious what how it operated. So that's cool. Of course, I'm still apparently a woman. How'd that happen? Masculine, this guy. Done. Still a woman. Okay, whatever. Let's do some training. I am very glad that this uses the move controllers. I was a little bit concerned because there's a significant difference in the immersion if you don't have the move controllers, depending on if they actually provide enough control options. Kind of like as much as I loved playing Resident Evil in VR and it was a fantastic experience, it feels different now that I've played Farpoint with the aim.
Welcome to the Starfleet Training Simulator. Our system is currently configured to train command crew of Aegis-class starships. Here you may learn about the roles and responsibilities of each officer on the bridge, and how
Wang,
to
pay
operate
attention.
all of the controls of their
Yes,
command
sir.
stations. Feel free to experiment and get comfortable with the ship here in the simulator before moving on to the real thing.
Okay. All right, so we got Ensign Rao, Lieutenant Hoyle, and Lieutenant Tanar. And you're able to choose Captain, Helm, Tactical, or Engineer. That's your 4 primary locations that you'll be able to find on pretty much any Trek bridge. And then you can also quit and just leave the simulator. Okay, we got some buttons and stuff. Okay, let's try Captain.
As captain, you are in overall command of the crew. It is
Damn
your
right.
responsibility to communicate with and to coordinate the actions of the other officers on the bridge. You'll receive
Sup, Rao?
important updates on mission status, and also have direct control of the main view screen.
Hey, I'm a man. Sweet. They're gone. Okay, topics completed. Zip out of 12. Okay? Objectives. It's kind of weird. Like, you can put it out there, and as soon as it sort of gets just close enough, it lights up. But you're not really necessarily going to be pressing it with a particular finger. And does it not? Is it just me, or does his fingers look kind of bluish reddish on the bottom? Like he's been eating some fruit and hasn't washed his hands. But okay, whatever.
The captain's objectives feed contains vital information about your ship's mission.
Okay.
Updates from support crew and Starfleet command are reflected here, so that you will always
Here.
know what your crew needs to accomplish. Open the objectives feed now.
I was about to ask, what's the objectives feed? Ooh, space. Space, the fake frontier because it's training. View objectives is apparently this
Some
button.
objectives also have more detailed information.
Cool.
Sometimes you, as captain, must
It does feel
choose
like you're
between
kinda sitting in the
different ways
chair.
to complete an objective, and direct your crew.
Chair's not very cool looking, but
In
still.
all cases, your crew depends on you to keep them informed of their goals.
Aye, sir.
Select the objective for more information.
This is an objective for your crew. Touch it for more info. Select an objective for details.
Sometimes you will receive additional information to help with your mission.
Some objectives have more information.
For your intel feed, located near your objective readout for tips and hints.
Woo! Which I guess is that. Oh, and it's Ubisoft, so you know you're going to be getting points off that Ubisoft thing, where basically you can go in, or Uplay, or whatever they call it. I don't know if it's still called Uplay or not, where you get to unlock free useless crap. Whoa! Okay, so objectives over here. Hail. That has nothing to do with Caesar or anything like that.
As captain, you can answer a hail when messages from Starfleet or other ships are received. If the message is accompanied by video, it will be displayed on the main view screen. Answer the incoming hail now.
So I press the button to answer the hail? Shouldn't I have like an Uhura off to the side handling that stuff? Or, you know, so I can just say like on screen. On visual. Give me audio. No? Okay. Okay. That's what it is. Uhura is just teeny, teeny, tiny, and she's down there inside that button. So when I press it, it's just like shaking it, and she'll be like, yes, Captain.
Aegis, this is Captain Uku of USS Huxley. Our system checks are complete. We're ready to go. We'll stand by and follow you out when you're ready.
Well, okay then. Okay. External view.
At any time while
that should
on
be
the
cool.
bridge, you can use an external
I'm
view
assuming
to
it's
see
that.
what is going on outside and around the ship. Hold the external view button now.
Exterior view is apparently the left-hand move button. Oh, shit. That's cool. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I see. Okay. So the USS Aegis in X-1787, as I mentioned, and I'm basically over the saucer section with Earth behind. It's interesting because from a graphical standpoint, you can probably already tell it's not... as many options as you get for your character and the character's look, graphically, it's certainly not there with a traditional PS4 game. Of course, it's VR, it's stylized, and so forth. But it's interesting to kind of see how the texture mapping works on the saucer section here, because you can see, you know, the imperfections in it. But still, it's cool because I'm floating above the bridge of a Starfleet vessel. All right, as soon as I let go of the move button, that's what jumped me back in. Ah! No! Son of a... There we go. Flick, flick, flick. Flick, flick. Ship status.
As captain, you can access basic information about your ship's status.
Okay.
Open your status displays now.
Why did you have status be the next thing you showed me instead of making it communications, given the fact that, you know, they're in order? Screw it.
The status information available to you is helpful, but no substitute for the more detailed knowledge of your chief engineer.
All right, so we have hull, shields, torpedoes, phaser range, shield level, engine power, environmental warnings, emissions signature, detectable at blah, 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 10 kilometers, apparently. Okay, cool. Local map.
As captain, you have the same maps at your fingertips as your helm and tactical officers. You may use these to aid communication, to identify a target for tactical, or to specify a destination for helm.
That sounds useful.
Targets and nearby destinations are selected from the local map, which shows objects of interest around you. Open the local map view. Now touch any object on the map to select it as your target.
And the map is sort of three-dimensional. Kind of cool. Select a target. So I guess I'm selecting me.
Some orders you give to the crew
Or not.
require you to first designate a target or destination, exactly as you just did.
It said I tried to point to me, and it selected the other ship. But okay, whatever. Click. All right. AI crew, which is probably what I'm going to play with to start with. My buddy Jeff I plan to play with. Jeff Kenda, shout out. We'll probably be getting the game soon. He's caught in that same Amazon black hole that I was caught in. But he's actually waiting for it to arrive. So AI crew.
When playing alone or with AI members of the command crew, the captain gives orders to the AI officers. To give an order to a specific officer, look at them and use the orders system to select from the available commands.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Some commands will first require that you select a target or destination. Try ordering your chief engineer to prioritize power to engines. Some orders apply to the entire crew. To access these orders, look towards the central console in front of you. First, select the closest ship from your local map.
Oh.
Then try ordering the crew to investigate it.
Alright, so I open the map. And I don't see another ship. So that's not good. Look at engineering, select power to engine. So who is engineering? Is that Tanar? Yes, it is. Okay. So, so the right-hand thumb turns on orders. The left-hand thumb is the one that takes you outside. Let's see. Engineer. Do we want to bounce power to engines, power to shields, power to phasers, repair system? Not bad.
Aye. Maximizing power to engines.
Thank you. Center console to issue crew-wide orders. Oh, I get it. Cool. I was thinking like center consoles and you got to look up here. But no, I mean, you can look down. Okay. Analyze to investigate the target.
Yes, Captain. Updating target. Scan initiated. Scan complete, Captain.
All right. Impulse map, warp map. Wow, there are quite a few things to do. But it's kind of cool to see how they all work fairly seamlessly without needing to have analog sticks or anything. So let's check out the impulse map.
Impulse engines allow the ship to rapidly traverse great distances within a star system. When playing with an AI crew, you will need to choose a destination and give the orders to prepare for and initiate impulse travel. First, choose a destination from your impulse map. You need to select a destination from the impulse map.
I want to go to Alpha Prime. Alpha Prime. There we go. Okay, so you don't just click the name, you got to click the symbol next to it. All right, let's go to... But we know that's no moon. I'm just saying. Okay. Selected. Or debris cloud? Okay, fine. Gotta go to the debris cloud. Oh, that must be where I already am.
More power to the engines, and your helmsman will lay in a course and align the ship.
All right. And okay, so that's going to be another... What is that? Oh, okay, it just goes back. So that's going to be part of the crew-wide orders. Prepare impulse.
Tell the crew to engage impulse flight.
Making ready for impulse.
All right. You just told me to, you asshole! Now we're lined up with it.
On your mark.
Get set. Make it so. Well, it is impulse power, not warp. Well, okay then. So we're at the debris cloud. Warp map.
The ship's warp drive can generate a warp field, distorting space around the Aegis and allowing you to travel to other star systems much faster than the speed of light. When playing with an AI crew, the captain chooses a destination and gives the orders to prepare for and initiate warp travel. Always bear in mind that charging the warp coils consumes most of the ship's power. The Aegis will not be able to maintain a full combat stance during these critical seconds. To go to warp, first choose a destination from your warp map.
All right, so we have local map, we have impulse map, now we have
You need to
warp
select
map.
a destination from the warp map.
How's about
Now
beta?
be ordered to prepare for warp. Your chief engineer will direct power to the...
Okay, speaking of which. Okay, so he's helm, she's tactical. I didn't catch that part before. All right, prepare warp.
Aye, understood.
Preparing for warp. Allocating.
Now tell your crew to engage the warp drive.
Lining up for warp vector.
All right, crew. Seriously, you're talking over each other.
Ready to
Coils
go.
charged.
Like real people would, but still. Notice it just switched because I changed my focus. Right? Everybody's gold or blue if I'm talking just to them. Engage.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Purdy. Not you, Hoyle. Simmer down. Alright, so we have warp map, view screen. Man, there's a lot of this.
Captains have control of the main view screen. You may choose to display any of several different overlays on the view screen. With information about your ship's system status, try the different views and overlays available. Open your view screen controls now. The target and magnify views only work when you are targeting another ship or object. Magnify provides an up-close view of your selected target. Target
No shit.
View provides enhanced situational awareness, showing both your own ship and your target at once.
Well, okay then. Magnify. Magnify. Okay, so basically we're in the system. There's something, debris, I guess it said, over there by the red gumball. Magnify. Target. Interesting. Aegis exterior. We're off. And there's a navigation. Oh, that's cool. Your speed and your heading and whatnot all on there. So wait a second. So if I choose him and I go back and I hit target, does it give me enhanced tacticals something? Not really. Maybe if I get into a fight, whatever. Okay. So then we need to take over AI, and then we got only 2 more.
Sometimes, as captain, you may wish to take temporary control over another command station.
Mind
This
swap.
allows you to perform any of the functions of that role. Then return to the captain's chair when ready. You cannot, however, take control of a station currently being operated by another player. To take control of another station, look at any of your AI command crew and activate orders mode. Now choose the Take Over option. You can return to the captain's chair at any time by tapping the Orders Mode button again.
Alright, well I guess I'll take Hoyle's place here. Take over right there in the center. Oh, right. Which probably has its own many different things to do. So shields lowered? Or shields going up? Cool. 3, 2, 1. Shields are up. I'm not really seeing any indication otherwise, but okay. So let's turn them off, because damn. Torpedoes armed or disarmed, which I'm assuming will take some time. Oh, nope. Okay, torpedoes arming and such are off. Got a target. Alright, select a target to scan or fire weapons, but I don't see any targets out here right now, even though it's out there. Okay. Transporter. Tactical scan requested of whatever. System intrusion. Alright, cool. Not bad. Alright. Okay, then I just pressed the orders button and I jumped back. Ensign Rao! Aw, man. Why can I not take Ensign Rao's place right now? What? I guess because I'm still in training mode. Okay, whatever.
In emergency situations, you can sound a red alert to notify your ship's crew. If you are playing with an AI as tactical officer, she will interpret a red alert as a request to prepare for combat. Try activating red alert now.
Let me guess, it's the red button? Don't press the red button!
Aye, Captain. Shields raised.
Somebody shut off that damn noise! And then help overlay.
In emergency
Oops, nope, sorry. My bad. I can't turn it back. Help
In
overlay.
emergency situations, you can sound a red alert to
I
notify...
already... Help over... There we go. Open the help overlay for additional information about your station. Help overlay would appear to be... What is that? Triangle, square? That's square. Well, okay. Well, not really seeing what they mean. Unless I got to go to one of those stations, and I can't. Am I sure I'm pressing the right button? Oh, there we go. I don't know why I didn't at first. There we go. So you press it, change view screen display, set warp destination, set impulse destination for AI crew, select target for AI crew, view mission objectives, monitor Aegis status, answer incoming hails, and notify crew of red alert. Q. Okay. Nice. Oh, and there are other ones to learn. Con! Damn it.
As helmsman, you
There
are
I
the
am.
ship's navigator, responsible for maneuvering the ship and navigating within and between star systems. Your crew depends on you
Oh, yeah.
to get the ship wherever
That looks
needed,
sweet.
to avoid collisions with hazards in space, and to maneuver for tactical advantage in combat situations.
Captain? Okay. A little bit of reaching involved in this one. I just reach my regular hand out, my arm out, and I'm not touching it. I have to actually lean and touch. So, topics complete 0 out of 6. Local map, click.
Your local map can be used to mark ships and objects as waypoints, to check your proximity to hazards, and gauge when you are close to being detected by hostiles. Touch any target on the map to select it.
Okay, it's selected.
Your basic maneuvering controls allow you to give the ship forward or reverse thrust, to steer the ship to port or starboard, and to move the ship up or down on its vertical axis. The amount of thrust you can give depends on the amount of power your chief engineer allocates to engines. The more power your engines have, the more responsive the ship will be. Maneuvering controls are only available when your local map view is active. The throttle controls your speed and also allows you to reverse or make a full stop.
Whee! What is this? I don't know what that is. Ah, okay. Oh, that's kind of neat. Whee! Full stop. Aight.
Your ship's impulse drive allows you to travel quickly between planets and other points of interest within a star system. To travel via impulse, you will first need to plot a course by choosing a destination on the impulse map. Once the course is plotted, you will then need to align your ship with the appropriate heading and engage the impulse drive. Be aware, the impulse drive cannot be engaged unless the chief engineer has allocated sufficient power. Select any point of interest in the star system to plot a course to that destination.
Done.
Now return to the local view and steer the ship to line up with your plotted course.
Okay. This is the part that's going to take the most getting used to. Probably. There we go.
Grab and push your throttle to engage the impulse
yeah.
drive. The ship's computer will automatically follow the course you plotted.
Let's see what she... Oh, I'm going to do it without looking, jackass. Oh, wait, what? Wait, okay. Except, I can't... That's the warp throttle. Okay, hold it. It's not really... It's not doing anything. Impulse map beta prime. Ally zone.
Travel vector.
Calculates the travel vector. Go to local. Okay. Am I lined up? I wouldn't know because Dickhead's still on the screen there. I'm assuming it's... I'm not pulling that up. Oh, I'm not lined up exactly. I need to line up just a little bit more. That's what my problem is. So I want... Well, I want to be able to... Oh, okay, I can do that on the screen. That's my issue. I was expecting to have to look up. Or stop. Stop. I was expecting to have to do it up there. Okay, so all it does is click up. I must have to move it all the way up there for warp or something, because it seems weird that it has little arrows and all I did was tilt it. But okay. Woo! Now we're here. That's not Picard. That's more like Sean Connery, I guess. All right.
The ship's warp drive can distort space around the ship to propel it faster than light across the vast distances between star systems. The tremendous amount of energy needed for warp travel will require you to coordinate closely with the chief engineer.
Not really.
To travel by warp, it is your responsibility to plot a course by selecting a star system on your warp map. When the course is plotted, you will need to align the ship with the proper heading. Before you can enter warp, your chief engineer will have to prepare the ship and charge the warp coils. Select a star system to plot a course to it.
Do it right.
Now return to the local view and steer the ship to line up with your plotted course.
So I don't even really need to look at the... I shouldn't even really be looking up there. I should be
Push
looking
your
down
throttle
at that.
to engage the warp drive. The warp coils can only remain charged for a limited time.
Nope, it doesn't go up.
You need to prepare the ship for warp
Strange.
again.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. We just made a warp jump. Did not wind up in some like time-stealing black hole that winds up sucking up a big chunk of our movie, like the motion picture, where it was kind of pointless. Awesome, awesome. Now we have ship's signature, in case it's doing autographs.
Various systems of the ship affect how easily other vessels can detect the Aegis. The Aegis is designed to avoid detection at ranges where other Federation vessels would be easily visible to another ship's sensors. As helmsman, the more thrust you are using, the farther away the Aegis can be detected.
That's what she said.
Map, you'll see a ring that expands and contracts as the ship's signature increases or decreases. When other ships come within that ring, they will detect the Aegis.
All right, and I control it with that. Okay. Help overlay. And another engine warp and impulse. Again, which doesn't actually move. I figured it would move, and instead it just like tilts, which is weird. Engine speed for local travel. Thanks for telling us. Engine power controlled by engineer. Green circle detection range. Plot course for impulse, local contacts and steering. Plot course for warp travel. Elevation is up and down. Steering is left and right. I don't know why I was thinking forward and backward, because that's that. Map zoom level. Oh, that's a map zoom level. So the detection area actually doesn't change, per se. It's just that I can zoom it out to see if there's anybody kind of on the edges of our detectable range. Okay. Or that will be detected. All right. And then we've got crew members can share these systems, which again is transporter, system intrusion, which are both available also from that other station over there. Okay, cool. Topics? Nope. Give it back to the station menu. There better be a trophy for doing all the training. Tactical, so that's her station, Hoyle. What's up, Hoyle?
As a tactical officer, you are in charge of the ship's weapons, defenses, and scanners. In combat situations, you must coordinate with the rest of the bridge crew to protect the ship and deal with any threats to it. But you also have a crucial role in non-combat situations. It is the tactical officer's responsibility to scan nearby ships and other objects in the environment to reveal vital information about them.
So, B. Worf. Awesome. All right. Selecting targets. 10.
In order to scan anything or to fire on it, you must first target it. To select a target, simply select the appropriate icon on your map. Once you've selected a target, a display will show all currently known information about your selection. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map.
It is a fishy-looking thing. That's its official name, apparently. Enemy ship 1. Shields 100%, hull 100%. 10 kilometers basically away. Weapons, shields, and engines all active. Okay. Scanning.
You will often need to scan a target to learn more about it, or to locate people or objects of interest in another vessel. Some objects are scanned.
I've played
with
the
a
Assassin's
simple
Creed
general
games.
Scanning action.
I know how the
This
scanning
happens
works.
automatically when the object is targeted. More complex objects, like other ships, can be scanned for specific properties, such as the locations of any weak points in a ship's system. When an object has many features to scan, scanning them all at once is much slower than scanning a single specific system. Scanning is required before it's possible to transport people or cargo off of another vessel, or before being able to target weak spots of an enemy's ship systems. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map. Here you can select what systems you want to scan. Scanning a single system will always be
there's your
faster
check
than
marks.
scanning multiple at once. Also, the closer the ship is to the target, the faster you can scan. Scan the ship's engines now to reveal their status, and any weak points which would allow you to damage the engines directly.
Engines at 100%, Captain. Alright. I did it. Shields.
As tactical officer, you have control over raising and lowering the ship's shields. When raised, the shields will charge up to maximum strength over time. They
Like
are
10
your
seconds or
best
something?
defense against damage to the ship. When shields are lowered or down to 0 strength, any damage to the ship may cause serious harm to onboard systems, or even loss of life to your crew. When shields are raised, the chief engineer can direct power to them to increase their effectiveness. Raise the shields now.
For the record, there is another way to protect yourself in a fight, and that's to blow the other person up first. And don't worry, because if your ship gets damaged, unless it's the NX-01 Enterprise or it's the Enterprise in Wrath of Khan, don't worry, because by next week, whole damn thing will be fixed. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's raise them shields.
There is a delay while power is
10-second
channeled
delay.
into the shield emitters before the shields come online. In a combat situation, remember that you need to raise shields before the enemy fires.
Raise the shields. Torpedoes.
Photon torpedoes are a devastating weapon. They can automatically track a moving target and deliver heavy damage on impact. However, before you can fire them, you must first give the order to arm them. Arm your torpedoes now.
Arm torpedoes. Click.
Each torpedo tube takes time to load. Your supply of torpedoes for any mission is limited, so use them wisely. Target the nearby ship and fire torpedoes at it.
Take this, fish-looking ship. Now, okay, why did I just hear an explosion? It's space. This ain't Star Wars. Then again, Trek does it too. I'm just saying. Constant complaint. Boom. All right. And it's just basically refreshing, like, you know, most games have some type of refresh ability. Okay. All right. Phasers.
Phasers are a versatile energy weapon.
Yes, they are.
Continually charge over time, and when fully
Yes, they
charged,
do.
your phaser banks hold enough energy to fire multiple shots at your target. Phaser banks
Pew, pew.
automatically track your target, but only if it is within the indicated firing arc and within the current range
There's your
of
firing
weapon.
arc, I'm assuming.
The effective range and damage of your phasers is controlled by the amount of energy the chief engineer allocates to them. Target the nearby ship and fire phasers at it.
So you want the chief engineer to extend it out so that at least it reaches the target. That's cool. Burst. Now that is straight up Kelvin timeline shit right there, just like these uniforms, and just like the ship. Because that was not any whoosh, like one beam kind of thing in an original series or 24th century model. That was bang, 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 bang. Space machine gun. Targeting subsystems.
Phasers can be used to precisely target weak spots of another vessel. To use this ability, you must first scan the desired subsystem of a target, such as its weapons or engines. Once scanned, you must then select that system. As long as a scanned system is selected, phasers will auto-target that system's weak points. To hit a subsystem, the target's shields must be down or inactive. Second, your ship must be correctly facing the targeted point. If the target's shields are raised, or you are attacking from the wrong angle, firing in subsystem targeting mode will do minimal damage. When dealing with other ships, targeting individual systems is a good way to disable them or neutralize a threat without outright destroying the ship. This may sometimes be necessary to accomplish your mission objectives. Target the nearby ship and scan its weapons systems. Scan the ship's engines now to reveal their status and
You just
any
said
weak
target its
points which would allow you to damage the engines directly.
Didn't they just say target its weapon systems but scan the engines?
Now select the ship's weapon systems to lock on to their weak points. Your phasers are now in subsystem targeting.
Oh, I see.
Fire them for a precision attack. Until the target's shields are down, you will not be able to hit the targeted system.
Okay. Interesting. So it's a burst unless I select a particular subsystem and then I can fire. Interesting. And once you've scanned something, it looks like you don't need to scan it again because shields is the only one I'm able to select for scanning. Okay, cool. Good to know. It keeps telling me to fire phasers, so I'm assuming I'm supposed to fire phasers more and more and more. I'm assuming that's the shield indicator up there. Let's get those shields down. And hopefully not destroy them with this shot.
Very good. You have damaged the targeted system.
There we go. All right, cool. That's good, that's good. And it's logical. It is logical, Captain. Let's see. Did not mean to make a pun there. Oh, interesting. Hands go down. It can't see the balls. It doesn't know how to track. It'll give you a warning. Ship's signature again.
Various systems of the ship affect how easily other vessels can detect the Aegis. The Aegis is designed to avoid detection at ranges where other Federation vessels would be easily visible to another ship's sensors.
We
As
sneaky.
tactical officer, arming torpedoes, firing weapons, and activating shields will each make the ship detectable from greater distances. To reduce the ship's signature, disarm torpedoes and lower shields now.
Oh, that's cool. So that's my detectable range there, but if I turn on shields and arm torpedoes, in theory, 2, 1, 0. Oh, in theory, they should be able to sense me more. Maybe it's because it's in this mode. I don't freaking know. We'll see. We'll see in actual play. If I ever get there.
The Aegis's prototype remote intrusion system can be used to send encoded signals and disrupt critical systems of other ships. Before it can be used, the tactical officer must scan the target. Once a scanned target is selected, an intrusion into its control systems is attempted via an automated routine. If successful, you may then choose to attempt any of the available disruption routines to temporarily cripple a specific system. Activate the remote intrusion system.
Get me the Reliance command codes!
Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map.
Scan it. Is it standard scan or any scan? It does take quite a bit longer when you're not selecting a particular one or two.
Select a scan target.
Select a target. Which I guess is that same
Choose a disruption
ship.
routine to inject into the target systems.
You ain't going nowhere, mother...
Very good. But once used, the remote intrusion system will be fully occupied and unable to disrupt another target or system for some time.
Huh. Cool. Minimal engine output, and it gives me a notice there. That is cool. And it looks like when it's done, in theory, it'll reset. I can give it the 11 seconds. What's up, Rao? Just chilling with that system intrusion. Just hacking or slicing in Star Wars parlance. Okay, yeah, now I can just choose whichever one and click it. Cool. Where's the make them blow themselves up? Dang it. Darn. Alright. Transporter.
Your ship is equipped with standard
This is what brings Jason Statham into the game.
Transporter
Transporter.
from other vessels or locations. Transporting first requires the tactical officer to scan the target vessel or location. If any mission-critical items or personnel to transport, the target will appear on the transporter interface. It will take time to acquire a lock-on before you can beam, and you must remain in range for the lock to succeed. The transporter cannot penetrate through your ship's own shields or those of another ship, so you must coordinate with tactical to make sure your shields are down when you need to transport. If you are attempting to beam something from a hostile vessel, your crew will first have to disable its shields. Activate the transporter interface.
Otherwise, it's like trying to slap some glitter off the jacket of a pimp in New Orleans during Mardi Gras looking for beads. Or some kind of Scottyism. Transporter.
Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map.
Okay. Now I need to scan. It's all relatively intuitive. I'm actually kind of surprised. I was concerned that with all the stuff at each different post, it'd be difficult to actually, handle this. But it's not. It's actually pretty good. Okay. Life found. Click. Select target.
Lock on to the survivors aboard the ship to prepare for transport. To lock on, your ship must be in transport range and unshielded.
Which I am.
The target's shield, if
Shield's
any,
off.
must also be down.
Okay, so out of curiosity, what's going to happen if I activate the shields? Is it going to tell me I can't? Just so I know. Okay, Aegis shield's active. That's my problem there. Okay, click and lock. And it gives me an amount of time to get accurate locks. And this is why Spock's mama died. Damn it. At least, Kelvin timeline and all. Because this takes too damn long. And, volcanoes and breakaway rocks and shit. What, Rao?
You have transporter lock on the survivors. Give the order to energize. The survivors are now safely aboard the Aegis, but you can only transport 6 at a time. Anytime there are more than 6 targets to transport from a single vessel, you will need to perform multiple transport cycles.
But, give me life, mother... Same target. Lock. Go! And I'm assuming if, somebody's in the process of beaming and I switch the shields on, I just scatter their atoms. Why you look? I'm pretty sure Ensign Rao just looked at me in a weird way because of my laugh. I'm almost positive. I got you, Rao. Hey!
There are still others aboard.
Yeah, I know! We're only beaming up 6 at a time because we only got 6 pads. See, even I'm smart enough to figure out that that's, the transporter pad. Although when I did this thing and you saw it like shake a little bit, it's because while I am smart enough to know that those represent 6 transporter pads, I'm not smart enough to realize when I'm about to hit the ball of the move controller onto my damn face mask. Because, it's a little bit of give and take on the smarts, right?
There are others remaining aboard the target.
Aboard the Tarkin? Really? Little Death Star wannabe from Marvel? Oh, no. Aboard the target. Foiled again. This desperately needs to be, like, an obscene gesture in Star Trek. Damn it, Lieutenant Tanar. What's with that apostrophe? Energize. And of course, during a normal mission, you would have other stuff going on rather than just sitting here trying that. All right. Awesome.
Your ship is equipped with...
Nope. Help overlay. All right, and there's a help overlay again. Good lord. It looks so much more complex than it actually seems to be. Select a transport to target, lock on to prepare transport, energize once locked. System intrusion. Disruption using temporarily disable engines, temporarily disable weapons, temporarily let weapon bypass shields. That's the set frequency of shields. Temporarily stop enemies from calling reinforcements. Select system intrusion target, select a scan system to disrupt. Initialize disruption. Alright. Select systems to scan/target. Once scanned systems can be targeted. Scanning multiple systems is slower. Phaser firing and charge level. Dang. Arm, disarm torpedoes, fire torpedoes, torpedoes remaining. Map zoom level. Raise and lower shields, target selection and scan range. So that's not where we can be detected. Which would be over there, I guess. Engineering controls, phaser range, and then phaser range. Sweet. Okay, station menu. Should be only one more, right? Engineer. All right, Lieutenant Tanar, you get out that seat or I'm going to grab you by them ears and move you.
As chief engineer...
Oh, this is very different looking.
All other members of the bridge crew.
I do like the
Aegis operating
position, though.
You monitor vital status information about the ship's systems, allocate power needed for maneuvering and combat, and manage the ship's power grid to compensate for damage or boost its capabilities. You also manage the ship's repair teams, and keep an eye on how visible the Aegis is to other ships in the area.
Okay. Well, this seems like it's going to be a little more complicated. At least it looks a little more complicated. System display.
Your system's display gives vital information about the status of the ship's various systems at all times. When your ship is suffering from negative effects, this panel provides information about the source and severity of the effect. As chief engineer, you have more detail about your ship's status than any other member of the crew. Activate your system's display now.
Oh, cool. Oh, it's got all the little bits and pieces and stuff. Nice, very nice. So why would you ever turn that off? Isn't it more helpful? I mean, are we assuming that we got a lot of really, really small people who are like, I can't see over the hologram?
How you allocate power determines how effective each of those systems is. As situations change, you need to communicate with the rest of the crew to keep them supplied with power and to anticipate when to make critical adjustments. One of your most essential responsibilities as chief engineer is to distribute available power between each of the ship's major systems. Try giving maximum power to engines now.
I'm assuming I just slide this up. Oh, I can just click it.
Maximum power to shields. You will have to reduce power to other systems first.
Damn. Okay. Okay, so basically... So it's telling me how many of the little pieces are available. The little... They look to me like Johnny Five heads, but whatever. So wherever I am... There's like an... I'm trying to figure if it's on, off. Okay, so... Now, oh no, there's not enough. I can get rid of that one by clicking there. That frees up one that can go over there. Okay, makes sense. I had to try that out a little bit, because this is not quite as... It feels to me not quite as intuitive as the other stations. Okay.
Before the ship can travel between star systems, you must make the ship ready and charge its warp coils.
Okay.
This draws a tremendous amount of power, and you will be unable to make any further changes to power allocation or routing while prepping for warp. Begin preparing for warp now. Charge the warp coils.
Whoa, okay. So what just happened? So... They were all over here, right? And then I hit impulse to warp. I hit charge
The helmsman
coils.
will have a limited time to engage the warp drive, or the coils will automatically discharge to prevent damage to the ship.
Warp coils charged.
And you only got 30 seconds. Okay. And then he'll have to do the actual, you know, taking off. Now, can I stop it? I can stop it. Okay.
When the ship sustains damage, it's up to you to deploy repair crews and get critical systems back in working order. You have a limited number of crews available. You may send multiple crews to repair a single system faster, or you may spread them out to work on multiple systems at once. Activate your repair controls now.
Alright, I need to choose which crews to send.
We have simulated damage to your phaser banks and scanners. Assign repair crews to both systems to get them back to full working condition.
Okay, the first cruise I'm going to send is Tom. Nope. And the next cruise I'm going to send is Ted. I sent the repair crews. Oh, is there another one? What the?
Phaser array restored.
Sweet. 7, 6, 5. Nice.
Sensor array
Some
restored.
fast repair crews.
It's possible to increase the power to one or more systems beyond normal safe operating limits by rerouting.
Give it a
the
roll,
ship's
she's
power.
good, Captain.
Switch to rerouting mode now.
Whoa, no.
Try diverting extra power to shields by dragging an adjacent power node over to it.
Say what? Interesting. Divert power from engines. Oh, from engines to shields. My bad. I wasn't paying attention.
You have increased maximum shield strength by drawing some power from other systems. This situation is risky, though. The extra power flowing through those conduits could cause internal damage. When you use the rerouting system, you must keep an eye on the power grid and be ready to make changes as needed.
And you can reset route. Okay, cool. That's cool. That's cool. More about the ship's
Various
signature.
systems of the ship affect how easily other vessels can detect the Aegis. The Aegis is designed to avoid detection at ranges where other Federation vessels would be easily visible to another
thought you
ship's
said that
sensors.
before.
As Chief Engineer,
Do you think that all my
monitor
officers
all
aren't paying
systems
attention when
which
you
are
talk to all the
affecting
other
ship's
officers?
signature,
We're an
and
attentive
gauge
crew,
the
you
range
jackass.
at which the Aegis will be detectable
Except when I'm
to
talking
other
over you.
vessels. This information is vital when trying to avoid contact with hostile ships.
Okay. Okay. Alright, and this is where I realized that I didn't pay that much attention to it, but okay. Say that again?
Various systems of the ship affect how easily other vessels can detect the Aegis.
Right.
The Aegis is designed to
Which is all
avoid
three of those.
detection at ranges where
Which is all
other
three.
Federation vessels
I
will
know.
be easily visible to
I
another
probably should have
ship's
paid attention.
sensors. As Chief Engineer, you can monitor all systems which are affecting
Right.
the ship's signature and gauge the range at which the Aegis will be detectable to other vessels. This information is vital
Okay,
in
up here.
trying to avoid contact with hostile ships.
So now would that mean that if I cranked everything down... No, it doesn't look like it's... I mean, it's still 10 kilometers. Unless, again, it's something just for this. But okay, and then help overlay should be... Yes, same thing over there. Range, Aegis is visible to enemies. Shield emissions, okay, torpedo emissions, engine emissions. Good to know. Hull's at 100%. Shield strength tells you the shield level and strength. Okay. Requirements for long-range travel. How much power you need to allot. Configure for impulse or warp travel. Touch to assign power. Change between distribution routing. Open power grid. Open repair system. Unassigned power. Assign repair crew to damage stations. External effects on the ship. Oh, I didn't see this. Okay. All right, cool. That should be it. Holy crap, that's the entire freaking tutorial. I'm glad I did it, though, because I wouldn't have known what the hell was going on. Alright. Now I'm back at a space station coming around. Do not show this again. It's a starship. USS Stargazer. Alright, let's try solo adventure. Yeah, nothing like bringing Han Solo in. Wait, no, not Han Solo. Never mind. That is a pretty ship, though. It does seem to firmly place at least part of this into the Kelvin timeline. Ooh. Hello? Hello? Okay, so I'm in... I guess this is like the captain's quarters, I would assume, given that you got a... Oh, I guess I'm in... Was that ensign? Oh, I got the little thing on my shirt. Okay. Got the different types of ships back there. Increasing throughout the Kelvin timeline in this case, which is interesting. Got the Aegis. Stars. Many, many stars. And we're traveling, and I am looking out the Aegis' ass. And I guess those are communicators. And I can't grab them! Captain, Darth _Soul, that's me. Leads the crew. Makes key decisions and communicates objectives. Helm, steers, engages, and it tells you who they are. Okay. Campaign or ongoing voyages. Aegis, original Enterprise. No, I can't do it yet. Prologue. Shake down, take down, you're busted. Alright, 5 episodes at least for whatever this is. Okay. Ongoing voyages. Continue your adventures with dynamic missions that change each time you play. Okay, that's cool. We have defend missions, recover missions, rescue missions, research missions, and then all missions. That's cool. I like that. As a procedurally generated set of missions so that it's not always the same thing. You can just jump in and do it. I am a little bit concerned about the fact that campaign missions are down to 5. Or I guess it was 6 because there's a prologue. But that's cool. All right. Since I can't choose original Enterprise yet, launch. Embarking in 3, 2, 1, zilch. And if you're wondering, this is locked in front of my eyes. Doesn't matter which direction I turn my head, it's locked in front of my eyes. Which is what happens when you do the cinematic mode and set it on the lowest size setting out of the 3. Whoa, what?
Log, stardate 225-8.161.
I completely just turned around.
And we're preparing to disembark on our expedition to the trench. Before we depart, however, Starfleet Command has asked us to complete one final exercise to confirm the Aegis' fitness for the mission ahead, and undoubtedly to test the readiness of her captain and crew.
Nice. K7, that's funny. Okay, now this is more like it.
Captain, we have a message incoming from Deep Space K7. Opening channel.
Aegis, we have a freighter coming into dock, and we've had a little trouble lately with smugglers trafficking invasive species. On your way
Oh god,
out,
it's the
I think
Tribbles.
best for everyone
Which makes sense with
is to
K7
verify
though.
The ship isn't carrying any wildlife.
Scan the Ragusa for smuggled wildlife. Alright. Okay, I'm going to have to give her an order. Right? Nope, I got to scan. So local. Come on. Whoa. Ah, go out of that mode. Local. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I modified the output algorithms a little. Mind taking a look?
Now let me finish this up first.
Alright. Again, trying to get used to the... Can't scan target yet. For whatever reason. Now I'm trying to remember why I can't scan the target yet. Ah, there we go. Now! Scan it.
Locking new target. Scanning.
The Ragusa. Or the Rage USA! USA! Or the Ragusa, which is like Wusa, except you relax by eating, like, ravioli and shit. So this is Kelvin universe, obviously. View screen that's basically a giant HD kind of display kind of thing going on. Holographic everything. That scan still going, lady?
Aye, aye. Locking on target.
Scan it! Thought I told you to scan it. Hoyle? What is taking you so damn long? Okay. Scan the bloody target.
Following the target.
Target selected. Initiating scan.
Okay, there we go. I didn't analyze target. I had to get them to work together. I couldn't just tell her scan target. I must not have been within range or something.
I'm not detecting any unusual life forms aboard the freighter, Captain.
I'll let K7 know the ship's clean.
But is it? And who are you? And who are you? Why don't you guys have names over your heads? You're not special. You're like everybody but Spock, Kirk, and McCoy in that you're not ever going to get your names in the credits of this series, bastards. Ha ha ha! Don't make me make some other references. Okay. So, warp to Gamma Hydra to continue patrol. Alright, so that means I'm going to need to go to warp. We did that one. Gamma Hydra. Prepare warp.
Initializing warp protocols. Adjusting power.
Warp course plotted.
It's working as the captain at this point. Not jumping to the other
Line for warp.
types yet.
Course
Coils
plotted.
ready.
Charged.
Engage.
Aye, aye.
It even has the sound effect that goes with the Kelvin universe, so I'm assuming that if you... Because I know that you can switch to other bridges at different points, like the original trilogy one. Yeah, there you go, mixing my franchises. Okay. Alright, so... Oh, what is this?
I'm picking up a distress signal, Captain.
I see it.
Channel open.
Staying with them.
New target locked.
USS Aegis. My vessel has lost all power and our life support systems are nearly exhausted. We have a crew of 6. I request that you take us aboard your ship as soon as possible.
Alright.
Aye. Raising shields.
Nope, not red alert. Answer the hail. But I guess that was answering the hail. Alright.
You got it. Changing target.
I just said to analyze it. That's all I said. We're getting closer, but we're getting closer marginally. Okay. So we're now within scanning range or something? Oh, yes, because of the green line. Magnify. Interesting. Back to navigation. Speed and heading. Off. Now, where's that view coming from? Is that extrapolation?
Scan complete. Life signs detected. Aye, aye, Captain. Lowering shields.
Alright, shit, I'm gonna take over your station, lady. Alright, we are going to... Oh, no, it's not. Okay, wait, we did scan it. We did scan it. Okay, transporter. Get a lock. Feels like forever waiting to get a lock. No wonder Chekhov is always like, I'm trying, Captain. Don't get mad. You don't have to yell, Chin. Get it, yell, Chin. Homage. All right, we got all your crew, all 6.
The vessel is empty, and all crew members are accounted for.
Good job, crew.
Roger that. Shields up.
My bad. My bad. My bad. All right, so do we have another objective then?
We have a priority message incoming from Starfleet Command.
On screen.
Captain, we've lost contact with one of our survey vessels, the USS Nicholson. You're the closest ship to the last known position. We need you to locate the vessel and render any aid they may need. We're sending their last coordinates to you now. Starfleet out.
Wait till they get a load of them. All right. That's system status. Okay, do we like that status? Okay. All right, so next thing, I need to see my Whoa, I keep doing that. All right, impulse to section 6 to investigate Starfleet distress call. All right, so impulse map, section 6.
Plotting course.
Take us to the nebula. Course plotted. I do like the fact that it takes a second to plot the course. I mean, you'd think you'd be like, hurry! But it makes sense.
Aye.
Diverting power for impulse.
Fair impulse.
Impulse. On your mark, Captain.
I want to see the status while we're...
Aye, aye, Captain.
Engage impulse. Detectable amount has grown. Ensign Rao is the last son of Krypton. S-U-N, right? So, how you guys doing? See, on TV we would just cut away.
Mines in the area.
Shit!
If we get too close, they'll be attracted to our hull, and the damage could be severe. We should keep our distance.
Full stop. Gravitic activation distance.
The environment is inhibiting the effectiveness of our sensors, Captain. We are, however, detecting pockets of plasma coolant. They may provide clues as to the Nicholson's whereabouts.
Objectives updated. Alright. Follow plasma current to locate the Starfleet vessel. Right. Alright, so who do I need to do something? Give me local. What is that? That's an anomaly. Gravitic mine, gravitic mine. Plasma coolant A. And that's just the weird anomaly. Alright.
Yes, Captain. Targeting.
Analyze that. But don't run into a mine! I kind of think I could just blow up the mines.
Transferring analysis to your panel, Captain.
Shit! I'm gonna run into the mine! Nope, I went over it or something. Or it's attached to me now. Yep!
Sensors are detecting a distress beacon, but it is not a Federation frequency. It looks like a civilian vessel needs assistance as well.
I'm picking up a signal on emergency frequencies. On screen.
Aegis, according to my engineer, our engines are locked in some sort of malfunction cycle. If we could temporarily override them, I think we can fix the problem.
Okay. Well, that sucked. You been able to scan it, analyze it? Tell me what's going on. Alright, so what is it? What did you just scan? Just plasma coolant A. Scan complete. Ah, that didn't do me any good. Okay. So what do I want to do? I want to get to that dude who's over here. But isn't that a mine? No, not that one. That one.
You got it. New target locked. Scan initiated.
And hopefully don't run into any mines this time.
I'm sending new data to your panel, Captain.
That civilian vessel's over there with the bunch of mines. 7.
Warning.
Entering anomaly.
Hazard detected.
Arriving at our destination.
Lieutenant Hoyle, what the hell is that? Wonderful.
Aye, changing target.
May have to just shoot those things. Benson Rao, you are a relatively slow driver.
Initiating scan.
I'm not Miss Daisy. What you got, Hoyle? Okay.
I believe our lost ship is showing on sensors now, Captain.
We're being hailed.
Huh. So what the hell is that?
This is the USS Nicholson. Our vessel is severely damaged and leaking radiation. Most of my crew escaped, but a few of us are trapped in the forward compartment. I need you to transport us off the ship. And then, well, she's too dangerous. We can't just leave her floating out here. You'll have to scuttle her.
Okay then. Oh, I still need to render aid to the civilian vessel though, too.
We've got life signs.
Shit. I'm a jerk. Sorry, taking over. No, not that one. That one. No! That one! No! No! Oh. Oh, duh. I keep forgetting. I'm just going to click this and it'll tell me where. I don't have to actually pick the section as far as I know. Up, shields are up. Drop the shields. Hopefully don't die. Let's get them out of there. Nice ship. That is still happening, right? If I move away, it is still... The command is still considered active. No, it is not. So I can't jump back to the captain's station right now. No. Okay, so that's a civilian vessel, but there's a ton of those bitches around it. Alright. So I'll just use phasers and blow them up or something. Whatever. What's up, Rao? Energize.
All are accounted for.
Great, get those shields back up. Thank you for your station, Lieutenant Hoyle. What?
I'll get to it shortly.
Okay. The Beltane is the ship. Okay. Actually, let's analyze. Can I analyze?
Aye, aye. Target selected. Scanning.
Because that's a gravitic mine. So if you can scan it and then engage it. Oh shit, no. She wanted us to destroy her ship. Stop, stop, belay that order.
Scan complete.
Belay that order.
Following the target.
Locking on target.
Sorry. We gotta blow up the Nicholson first. My bad. Jump to tactical again. Arming torpedoes. There she is.
Shield emitters are down. Shields are down.
What? Why are our shields down? Okay. Alright. Ensign Rao, I want to take your spot for a second just to get familiar with it. Again, I want to... Actually, no. Because I need to tell them to engage the target. Alright, see that little sucker?
Your panel, Captain.
That gravitic whatever? We're gonna blow that thing sky high.
Aye, Captain. Targeting. Firing.
Whoa, you didn't have to shoot from all the way over here, did you? Good lord! You fired 2 of our torpedoes at it. Better take it out. Well, that was a waste, wasn't it, Lieutenant Hoyle? Let's try...
Bringing her over.
Oh, that's cool. We can just say avoid target. Okay, there we go.
Aye, aye. Adjusting to new heading.
That's cool.
Aye, aye. Adjusting heading.
Oh, I can just tell it. Either or. The Beltane.
Staying with it.
Locking new target.
Alright, get us to the Beltane and check them out. And it is totally natural to be talking out loud while I'm doing this. I'm not actually meaning to narrate it like I'm the captain. It just seems to be happening as I'm trying to think through each step. And hopefully not get anybody on the ship killed. Like, flying over that first gravitic mine. What you doing, Lieutenant Tanar? Anything interesting?
Scan initiated.
Can we send a repair crew, or are we good? Oh, we're actually pretty good. You've done a good job, Tanar. You may go about your business.
Shield emitters repaired. All repairs completed.
Thank you, Lieutenant Tanar. So what's the civilian vessel look like? Huh. Cool looking. I'm getting strange readings. Interesting. Alright. So we've scanned it now. Nope, we have not. I did say analyze, right? Tactical scan required. But I've already done a scan. Oh, shield status. Now can I use the transporter? No, I cannot. Tactical scan required. I just did it. Did I not? Target already scanned. Okay, did I... That's the ship. That's the Beltane.
We might have an issue with launch sequencing. Can you investigate that?
No problem.
Target is already scanned. Okay. Weapon subsystem targeting. Disarm torpedoes.
Aye, aye. Disarming torpedoes.
So does that make us nice again? Tactical scan required. It keeps telling me I need to do a scan. But I've done the scan. Have I not? Check. So we're here to render aid. How then? Just taking out the... Oh, it's out of our... Shit.
Transferring data to your panel, Captain.
Yep.
Target's out of range.
Well, then go to it.
Understood. Changing target. Shields raised. Firing. Aye, aye. Blocking new target. Engaging target.
No valid target.
Okay. Now can we render aid to the civilian vessel, please? We have scanned. Alright, system intrusion? Not sure why I want to do that.
It looks like that fixed it.
Ah, okay.
We should be able to take it from here.
My bad.
Thanks for your help. You probably
I'm sorry, I'm new at this. I probably just almost got you killed, actually, because it took so damn long to realize I needed to use intrusion. But, you know, you're welcome anyway. Starfleet, capitalizing on every good, fortunate moment. Alright. What else we got?
Captain,
And they've took
I have
off.
an update from Starfleet Command.
All
They're
right.
sending us new coordinates.
Ah! Whoops! Alright, impulse to section 10. So I'm going to try to do it as Ensign Rao this time. Ensign Rao is like, okay, we're going to go to impulse to section 10.
Calculating travel vector.
Oh, to the neutral zone boundary, because that's smart. Got it. Alright. No. Okay. Oh, I gotta... My bad. I gotta align us. Bring us about. Full stop. What? I'm trying to remember what I did wrong. I think I need to have her do something. Again, trying to do this directly. No, not her. Not her. That's engineering. Oh, nope. And I just went to tactical again. Hey. Yeah, you. No, it's still warp that I need. No, that's fine. Power required 2,000 out of 3,000, so I need to bring some power to the engines. Now I'm good. So now if I jump back and I go to Ensign Rao. There we go. Nice. Oh, I can't jump back, but I can jump out. Whoa! Goodness gracious, great. Anyway, probably obvious. Ooh! I cannot jump back to my Kirk seat though. There's a lot of red shirts up in here. If we get shot at, I just want you to know. I'll let your families know what happened to you.
Captain, I'm getting something on the distress channel. Putting it on screen.
Oh my god, it's the Kobayashi Maru. What the heck?
That places them in the Klingon neutral zone. Entering the zone would put us in violation of treaty.
Yeah, I know. But I don't believe in a no-win situation.
Aye, Captain. Updating target. Initiating scan.
I will update your panel, Captain.
Gravitic mines again. All right.
We're approaching the Klingon neutral zone, Captain.
Well, friggin' stop then.
Aye, Captain. Bring her to full stop.
Bring her to full stop. That's me? I just want to blow it up. But I'm not close enough. Alright.
Aye, Captain. Targeting. Opening fire.
Not sure you wanted to use a couple of our torpedoes to do it. Okay, so if I just tell them approach target instead.
Aye, understood.
That can get us within range. Perhaps. My thought is if I can get us within range, then theoretically she can pop it. Ensign Rao, you are slow like molasses. Or stinky like molasses, I'm not really sure. There we go. All right. Back to Kirkdom. I want to point to that one. And I want us to approach the target, because I don't want to waste torpedoes. But I do want us to have a clear way in and out of this shit. Take over. It's not within range yet. It'll say out of range. And our effective range is what? Exactly. About 15. Nope. Ensign Rao, approach target. Lieutenant Hoyle, excuse me. And it's going to go from yellow to green down here, but not up there. Interesting. Okay. Anyway. Boom. Out of range for scanning. Now that we've done that, Ensign Rao, approach the target. In conflict. Rescue the Kobayashi. In conflict. And we just violated the neutral zone. Son of a bitch. Lieutenant Hoyle, give us we need to get a scan as soon as we possibly can. Kobayashi Maru. Nice. Everybody's looking out the window like, ah, shit. What's up, Dinar? I probably could have him speed up, but fact, I probably should have him speed up. By the time I get over there.
Better run another diagnostic on the computer core, just to be safe.
Captain, I've noticed a pattern of unusual sensor echoes. They are indicative of the recent use of a cloaking device.
381? Are you effing kidding me? Alright. Let's get as many as we can.
Hostiles inbound.
Shit.
Hostile contact detected. Aye, adjusting that edit.
Aw, crap. Except I'm pretty sure that I just turned off the damn transporter. Just avoid her for now. I mean, I don't want to die. We want to get as many of these people as we can. Don't run into a damn gravitic mine in the process. Which we're probably about to do!
Sensors are showing waveforms consistent with recent cloaking activity.
Yep. Saw that coming and I didn't have my shields up. And now I'm out of range, damn it. Alright, well, we're gonna make this into a no-win situation a lot faster because I'm an idiot.
Enemy decloaking.
Shit.
Hostile contacts detected.
Is she able to repair? Oh, we got all kinds of repairs. We just somehow have fire everywhere. What the? Alright. So I F that up. Alright.
Roger that. Target selected.
Yeah, go.
Kobayashi Maru is at 50% hull integrity.
Shit.
Aye, aye, Captain. Setting throttle to full.
Aye, aye, Captain. Shields up.
I see you, you little bastard. There he is.
Analyzers are reacting, Captain.
There he is.
There may be a cloaked vessel operating in the area.
Oh, great, another one. Oh, great.
Kobayashi Maru, 25% hull integrity.
Yeah.
Decloaking. Understood.
Staying with
target locked.
Yeah, we're dead.
I'm reading multiple hostile. They know we're here. Kobayashi Maru hull, 10%.
Yeah, they're dead.
The Kobayashi Maru was just destroyed, Captain.
Shit.
Congratulations, Captain. You and your crew have just completed the Kobayashi Maru simulation.
Except that we didn't save anybody.
It's not easy to
And we
face a
didn't
no-win
cheat.
situation like that. But it's a necessary test, both for Starfleet and for yourselves.
Way to go.
I think
Way to
we
go,
all
Captain,
have a
whatever your
better
name is.
idea now
Don't bang the green girl.
when there's no obvious
Don't hack the
answer.
system.
Based on your overall performance, I'm not only clearing the Aegis for Operation Distant Shore, I'm recommending that you lead the expedition into the trench.
To go after the exhaust port? Sweet. Nice. See, and I don't feel bad that I sucked because, you know, Kobayashi Maru and all that. Yeah, that's how it would feel. Woohoo! All right. So you progress through the ranks. Cool. Prologue shakedown scan. The RAG USA for smuggled wildlife. Transport survivors from ship. Rescue survivors from the Nicholson. Render aid to the civilian vessel. Rescue Kobayashi Maru. No, don't violate the neutral zone. Nope. Well, because you can't get close enough to tractor them in. Okay. Mission statistics: playtime 36 minutes, hull integrity 61%, torpedoes fired 7, Kobayashi Maru survivors recovered, not a zip 0 zilch, they're all dead. Okay. Still can't do original Enterprise yet. That's fine. I could do the same one again, or move on to Stormy Seas, and so on and so on. Captain's log, stardate. I'm going to start Stormy Seas, but I'm not going to play through it. I'm just going to take us in just to see if there is an opening prologue of, Space, the Final Frontier, and that sort of thing. And then I'll call it a day, because I know I've been doing this more than I usually would for a single game's initial Let's Play. But that's because I did want to go through the entire tutorial to give you a sense, and me a sense, of how each of the stations actually worked before trying to do an actual mission. Again, it makes sense that it's that symbol, even though it's not the Enterprise, because Kelvin timeline, that was the Kelvin symbol, and... well, Kelvin command symbol, at least, and then Starfleet uses it throughout. Otherwise, that's a command symbol for the...
Stardate
Yes!
225.8.193. We believe we've identified a candidate world for Vulcan resettlement.
Whoa!
The Governing Council for Settlements in the Trench has granted us permission to perform a survey of Silva 4 and its home system, on condition that we share all our findings with the Council. We'll be accompanied by our science vessel USS Huxley. This is our first journey into the uninhabited regions of the Trench.
And that's the Huxley.
Incoming message from Starfleet. Putting it on screen.
Then why do I have a...
Captain, I understand you're about to get underway.
Yes.
Before you go, I wanted to remind you that you are representing the entire United Federation of Planets out there.
And you're a screw-up.
I'm counting on each of you to demonstrate our ideals to the highest possible degree.
So don't fuck it up.
But don't worry. You have Starfleet Command's every confidence.
Until you fuck up.
Good luck to you and your crew.
I may the Force
Starfleet out.
be with you. All right, cool. So back on the same bridge.
It's the Huxley.
Whoop! Sorry! Sorry!
Aegis.
Sorry.
This is Captain Uku of USS Huxley.
Hello, sorry.
Our system checks are complete. We're ready to go.
Everything's all fine here.
Stand by and follow you out when
We're all fine here. Now, how are you? All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I got to say, it moves a little slowly because, of course, it's more of a simulator than it is an action game. But I do like I feel like for a game that's meant to be a simulation, it's a relatively easy thing to control. What I would find interesting is if you're playing outside of playing as right now I got the one-player thing with the AI companions. As I'm doing things up here and trying to coordinate them, to what extent is communication an issue? Because I would think communication would be incredibly important, because in theory the only person able to actually see all the stations, or at least a little bit about all the stations, is the captain. But you can't jump to a station that somebody else is at, so you'd be looking at your maps and saying stuff like, do this, do that. I do think that the stations seem to be relatively straightforward. Giving commands to AI, relatively straightforward, although I do think that Tanar's station is... Dang it, I keep doing that. You! Oh, there we go. Turn that on and then look. Derp. I do think her station is a little bit less obvious in what you're doing, but still, it's a numbers game, essentially, as far as it goes, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so far, pretty impressed. Graphically, meh. I mean, we're talking, early PS3 era, it feels like. GameCube-esque, almost. It certainly is not a gorgeous game, but it's really good at putting you in the atmosphere of the bridge. I'm looking forward to eventually unlocking other bridges to see how they play out within the game. Obviously, the original one is available because it says it's available, but that sort of begs the question of what other ones will become available, what will be available through unlocks, are they going to do stuff through DLC, God, I hope not, and that sort of thing, unless it's something not available within the game otherwise, so we'll see. Pretty cool, though. Definitely digging it. Be interested in your thoughts in the comments, of course, below once the video processes. Remember, when I'm doing a PlayStation VR Let's Play, which is what this is, any kind of live stream like that, I cannot see the chat at all while it's running, and if I don't jump to the computer really, really fast immediately afterwards, I don't see the chat at all anyway. So if you do have comments or questions and stuff like that, be sure to wait until the video processes and shows up as a regular video on the channel, then drop the comments below, and I'll try to answer whatever questions I can as we're going through. All right, so let's... Oh, hey, friends! Sweet. I'm going to pretty much hop on out of here. Very cool. All right, so thank you all for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to check this out. Hopefully this gave you a sense of whether or not this is the type of game you'll be interested in playing. I think on a regular game type of platform, if this was not VR, I'm not sure that I'd be as interested in playing it. You throw me in the atmosphere within the VR helmet, give me the stereoscopic 3D, give me the Move controllers to be able to interact in a way that feels more natural than just using a controller, and that gets me into this. I am definitely glad I picked up Star Trek Bridge Crew. Again, runs about $50 right now on the PlayStation Network store and most other places. If you were to purchase it through Amazon with Amazon Prime, good luck getting a copy, but the price would be more around $40 rather than $50, and I have not seen any DLC just yet. Thank goodness. So, again, thank you all for watching, and, well, I can't say, may the Force be with you. I guess I should just say, yeah, live long and prosper, bruh.